This video is about a game called Beasts of Maravilla Island. I will be talking about the game in different sections, while drawing a drawing inspired by the game. I will be talking about things in this order. About the speed paint, the game's world, the story, and my opinion. So let's start out with the speed paint. This game is about taking pictures of plants and wildlife. I thought, therefore, in order to best represent this game in a single drawing, I should draw me taking a selfie, something you can do in the game, with a real background, inspired by the game. And also, of course, including my dear Elliot. So my biggest challenge is that I don't really do backgrounds. Almost ever. And never have I ever drawn something jungle-like as this game's beginning area is. Foresty backgrounds always kinda scare me, because I can never figure out when to stop drawing smaller and smaller things fading into the horizon, and then it just looks unnatural and... To say the least, I was intimidated. But I am always up for a challenge. So I just start with what I know and sketch Elliot and I. Then I block out the general big shapes in the background, and then it's time to figure out what plants actually go in the background and do a finer sketch. I got tired of thinking about the background, so I decided to line and color Elliot and I. This expectedly went like usual, as I have tons of experience and am very comfortable drawing characters. But eventually, I had to go back to the background. And the line art took forever, because I had no idea what I was doing, what level of details to give things, etc. Just general chaos. And I had to develop these things on the fly because, again, I don't really do backgrounds. I'm thinking if I did this a lot more often, that this process would be a lot faster. But I don't, because drawing a singular plant is a lot different than drawing a background that includes hundreds of them. Luckily, line art was the biggest singular chunk of work. And once that was done, I could move on to less draining parts of doing this drawing. I thought that doing line details on the leaves would feel like a slug, since the line art did, but it was luckily nowhere near as bad, and at times even fun. The rest of the drawing process was a delight. So, let me tell you about the game's world. In this world there is a hidden island, named Maravilla Island, with magical and even mythical creatures that our main character, Marina, seeks out. Maravilla Island contains strange creatures and plants. This game is about exploration and taking pictures of what you find. The creatures are anything from butterflies to other dials. So let's explore why Marina is even here in the first place with the story. After having been told about it from her grandfather her whole life, Marina travels to the mysterious Maravilla Island. The grandfather is dead, but he left Marina a notebook about the creatures and plant life of the island, where he had noted everything he had found out when he had previously been there himself. Our job is to document the island and the creatures and plants inhabiting it, to share it with the world at large. That leads us to my opinion. This game, I feel, is missing polish, and most of all, a sprint button. However, the game was made by a smallish team and is not very expensive, so I would say it is definitely worth its price. And I think its lack of finer polish is very understandable. I felt very disappointed learning how short the game was. Not because the price would lead me to expect it to be longer, but because I wanted to enjoy more time in this world. It felt so deep and realistic, and so imaginative with its locations and creatures and plants, that I was excited to learn more and sad that it would be over so soon. I think this game is a 7 out of 10. The annoyance of the missing sprint button is a point missing in itself. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Bye!